This is the wheelchair van that we bought for $4,500 with our income tax one year. It was about the only thing that we could afford, and we thought it was going to be the greatest thing because we could finally haul Johnathan around in his wheelchair. In order to use this van on days when Johnathan is having low tone or is sick or something, I have to be able to physically lift him up. I don't know if you can tell how high, but as I walk straight over to it, I have to be able to lift him way up into the car seat to get him strapped in here. And at 74 pounds, and lifting him up above my shoulders to get him in there makes that a little hard to do. Now this is the ramp that come with the van. It sits on the side, right inside, as you can see inside the doors here, so that when these doors are shut, you know, the ramp is right there. So the wheelchair is on the opposite side of that. And one time I used the van to take my mom to the doctor. She had a stroke. She's in a wheelchair. And even though you try to be careful on corners, my mom's wheelchair did tip to the side. If it wasn't for the fact she had to wear a helmet, I think she would have hit her head on that ramp. One of the downfalls we found to the van is that there's some leakage in the back around the windows and doors, also in the front. Sadly, that has caused mold to start to form. And we bought these packages of this damp rid that we actually keep in here to try to help. But you can see that within just 3 days, you know, it gets pretty expensive to try to keep the mold away. But as we all know, we can't be breathing in mold. And then it takes us to the main factor with the van. You know, it's nice and it's what we can afford. And mind you, we thought better than nothing. But sadly, without rear air and heat, you can only use it for about 3 months out of the year. And then with Jonathan's new scoliosis, the front seat is the only way that we can use him, is up in the car seat. The back isn't even feasible. Now, once he has his spine surgery next month, we're hoping that he'll be able to constantly be able to ride in a wheelchair in a vehicle. That would certainly help with the transfers that we have to do now. But sadly, this vehicle, between the mold and then the fact, that ramp questionability, and then the non-air conditioning and heat, makes the van to where, if it is usable, it's only 3 months out of the year. Currently, this is how we get Johnathan around, since right now with his scoliosis, he's not even able to ride in a wheelchair. So we just use our small van here. Johnathan rides in the front seat right next to me so that I am able to reach over and adjust his head if need be on those low tone days. We have got him a real good car seat and everything, so that's, not the issue. Obviously they say being under 12, being in the front seat. But mind you, having him in the back seat, trying to be able to reach his head when it falls over, or when he has episodes, on the days when we really got to watch his head control, it would be, more apt to cause an accident if he was in the back seat and something should happen and I couldn't get to him. What we do is we have pulled the middle seats out, so made our 7-passenger van into a 5-passenger van. And then what it is I load, physically pick up and put the wheelchair in the back here, and then physically take it down every time that we go to and from anywhere. And that is how we transport Johnathan currently.
I'm driving. I'm going for a ride. John? I'm driving. I like to drive. I'm going to go home now, huh? I'm going to go home? I'm going driving. I go home now. Can we go bye-bye, John, now? Bye-bye, John. Bye-bye. No, we're not going to be crowded. It's time to go home. Ah! We've been in the car for a long time now. And no reason for attitude. You can't drive 24/7. It's time to go home. We'll go for a ride tomorrow, okay?
So today, as we sit and try to think of what it is that Johnathan would want for his wish, we were thinking that, yeah, Disney World would be nice. I'm sure the entire family would love it. But there's no guarantees that Johnathan would love it or that his fluctuating tone would allow him to enjoy it. The one thing that we know that Johnathan enjoys more than anything is going for drives in the car. He is a young man that knows every direction home and stiffens up and screams and hollers anytime we head in that direction, and he is not yet ready. So if we were to sit back and make a wish that we would know would be based on Johnathan, it would be that he would want to have a true handicap accessible van that was safe enough and easy enough for him to get in and out of on a regular basis, so we could go for rides whenever he wanted, instead of based on, when it was easy, or, on days when Mom was able to do the transfers into the van that we have now. So our wish for Johnathan would be to have a truly safe, air-conditioned / heated, handicap accessible van. And we know that is what Johnathan would want.